Luis's birthday. Ugh. Nah, doesn't matter. Okay. Mhm. Hello, hello. Yep, here we are with some more Animal Crossing. I don't know if we'll get this fruit pick before. I was like seriously thinking about whether to boot this up or not tonight because am I sure it's fruit day? And yeah, sure enough, it is. I think I miss enough of them where I can just kind of come back later and pick them up. But man, we've been playing this game consistently for months, and we still haven't like really gotten to where we need to be. Okay. So we just. I mean, once we get the home loan paid off, I think we'll be set to kind of do whatever. Um, I mean, the update's gonna hit soon. That a voice? How many? No! I am never speaking to you again. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Yo, why do I keep getting like villagers I absolutely hate? Like it just drives me nuts. I've been like not talking to anybody because it's like get the fuck out of my town. But I hate it when you talk to someone and you immediately realize that they're scum. Here you go. Like get the fuck off my island. I might like straight up report her, honestly. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the update's coming out next month, so that's going to be another game for Switch. For Switch 2. Next year is the update for this. I think people are really underestimating like how big of a deal Animal Crossing actually is because I imagine most like fans of this have put way more time into this than anybody has with Grand Theft Auto. I think this is going to be the Nintendo IP that like topples Grand Theft Auto. Like long term, it's definitely gonna happen. It's just a matter of like when and how it happens. But I mean, honestly, this already is more successful than Grand Theft Auto because if you think about it, this New Leaf came out the same year as GTA, GTA 5. Um, it became big with merchandise and stuff like that. Like Animal Crossing is probably already a bigger IP than Grand Theft Auto, truth be told. I don't know. I am very interested in seeing like Grand Theft Auto 6 fail. I am definitely very interested in like seeing that game come out and just kind of like just come and go and like nobody cares about it. Like I feel like after Game Award season, you're never really gonna hear about it again. I've never really heard about Grand Theft Auto 5 since it first came out. You know what I mean? Like even when it was brand new, like people were like saying it wasn't very good. So yeah, it'll be interesting seeing if like like how Grand Theft Auto like falls apart, and it might be because of the wokeness, it might be because of the general quality. Who knows? But I do think it's safe to say that it's not going to save Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. That's kind of my mindset looking at those. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, I keep getting like so many subs. I'm just like I can't even keep up with them these days. Like I've gotten more subscribers this month than I think I ever have before. I think there was a huge spike at one point. Yeah, but I don't know if it was bigger than. I'll have to look at lifetime. This might be my best month ever, honestly. I mean, it definitely consistently it has been. Maybe I have had like successful videos in the past, but yeah, this month has been my best month ever for sure. Like, I'm shocked at just how many subs I'm getting and just how many like comments and just how well videos are doing. Like, I'm definitely stepping up my game. I was gonna talk about like book stuff, but like I haven't finished reading anything. I'm going through like the Divine Comedy right now, and I'm just kind of like I I don't know when I'll finish this. I don't know when I'll be able to talk about it. I don't know when like what I'll have to say about it. Like, I mean, what I wanted to do is like talk about like how it influenced like Japanese media, specifically video games, and like I don't know, I just don't think I'm knowledgeable enough to do that. So I feel like I'm gonna hold off on that project for a bit. Like I've been trying to read this thing for years and I've never finished it. Like I feel like it's a stereotypical thing for people to like obsess over Inferno specifically and not the other parts of it. But the Prime 4 content, yeah, it was. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I saw just how well the critics are lying video did. I just did the review today, and I don't know. I spent a lot of time talking about like the criticisms towards it, and I feel like you kind of have to because like it really does need to be said that the people who are criticizing this game were never Metroid Prime fans. Like that's what it really boils down to. Like whenever you see people like criticizing the structure or the combat or the design, like it just comes off like they're not actually familiar with what this series actually is. Because like a lot of people like thought this was like a competitor to Halo, right? But it just isn't, never has been. It's like its own thing, and yet like they've always been compared, and always to Metroid's detriment. You know, I grew up being told that like, well, like Halo has like, you know, way bigger maps and like multiplayer and like a co-op campaign, and it's like they really are completely different games and never really should have been compared. But Dr. Harman Smith, yeah. I mean, I think I was like one of the first people to like address this. That like, to address that the people like being critical of this like obviously weren't fans because um like they were saying things that like no fan of Prime would say. You know what I mean? Like you know, the whole bit about like it plays more like Zelda. Like, yeah, Prime has always taken influence from Zelda. That goes back to the first game. Skill up opinion. He probably just got the video out before anybody else. Like when I watched it, I was kind of surprised with how basic it was, because the video was already outdated by the time I reacted to it. Because um, like a lot of his points were already refuted. Right now, people are just kind of seething about the Emerald quest, but like if you actually play the game, like you'll realize very quickly what you're supposed to do is like deposit crystals throughout the game. If you're grinding at the end, it just means you didn't do it properly. Just like with Dread, yeah, exactly like Dread. It is going to be crazy seeing the turnaround in this game. I don't see this being as popular as Dread, which is fine because Dread's amazing. But like, um, I think that like this game is going to develop like a very dedicated following, and I think it's going to be a big deal when the sequel comes out. Like, I think Retro's back. You know, Retro was like they were not producing anything for a decade, and then they come out with this, which is quite a lot better than I thought it would be. Because I was like one of those people that was like very big on the whole like, yeah, Retro's falling off. Yeah, we have to address this. But no, they did a fairly good job with Prime 4. Now I could argue that like Federation Force was better for a wide range of reasons, but like I think that like they did a reasonably good job with it, and I'm very interested in seeing what the next one's gonna be, how the next one's gonna turn out. Like, what if they like once they come up with like some new interesting power ups? Like the thing for me, when I made the review, they should make the game faster. You know, that was one of my things is that like, why exactly is Samus still moving like she did in Prime? Like she should be a little bit faster. Like shoot it, like there should be like more precise shots, and there's a little bit of that in Prime 4, but like definitely not to the extent that I wanted. It destroys everything being called Game of the Year. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I like Prime 4 is like a relatively niche game, right? But honestly, it does kind of feel like it's going to be way more fondly remembered than I think like Expedition 33 or like whatever else came out this year. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like with Dread, right? Where like when Dread came out, the narrative was that like it wasn't really competitive, that it was disappointing, and that like we wanted a lot more. But like over time, it became super popular, and I think Prime 4 is in the same boat. I think Prime 4 is in the same boat. I think we're going to see like a radical shift in opinion over time. And like there's going to be a handful of naysayers who just religiously keep downplaying this, but like they're already a vocal minority. Like you're going to get Synthetic Man and like Frogmire making their shitty reviews, but like nobody pays attention to those assholes. And Expedition 33 will be totally forgotten in 5 years. Like it didn't even take that long for Baldur's Gate. Like, who do you know who still remembers Baldur's Gate? Like, I don't know. Nobody talks about Cyberpunk anymore. Damn it, we're still nowhere close. Look at this, 2.5 million bells. Like, how long have we been grinding for this? But yeah, the simple fact of the matter is, like, from an actual gameplay perspective, like Metroid Prime 4 is better than like any other like first person game that's come out this year. It is shocking just how much better it is than Doom the Dark Ages or like Cyberpunk 2077. Like I do think we do need to kind of treat it in that sense, that this is something that like did extraordinarily well in spite of everything against it. Like it's definitely already like more popular than the Dark Ages, honestly. Like the Dark Ages was not received well at all among anybody. I honestly completely forgot that the Dark Ages even came out this year. Like until I made my video, I was just like, what did I miss? like I actually did forget like Death Stranding 2 came out this year as well. And I had to like do a last minute edit where I just tacked it on at the end and kind of laughed at it. Um let's see. The Greatest Attorney. Well, like the real reason is that like what's actually happening is that this is always how Nintendo's been treated, right? Like the reality is like this is how Nintendo's always been treated, what's always happened to all of their games, and what traditionally happened was that people would blindly believe it. You know, they would trust game journals, they would trust the opinions of people around them, they would trust like the narrative. But over time, people eventually like started playing Nintendo games, becoming fans of Nintendo games, and started being like contrarian to like the narrative regarding major Nintendo franchises. The Zelda thing collapsed. Back in the 2000s, the narrative was that like Zelda had fallen off and wasn't as good as it used to be, and Twilight Princess became the best-selling game in the series, and it wasn't really possible to downplay it anymore. They tried with Skyward Sword, but it collapsed by the time Breath of the Wild came out. They tried it with like the 3D Mario games. They became so culturally ubiquitous that became impossible to do. They tried it with like with the Metroid Prime games. They've tried it with Pokemon. They've tried it with Fire Emblem. Xenoblade. Like the list goes on and on. Like you don't really hear a lot of mainstream praise for Nintendo games because the entire community is like hell bent on ruining them at every opportunity. Like this isn't anything unusual. What's unusual about Prime 4 is that there's a lot of people pushing back against it because usually game journals have the sense to not push something like this when a game is genuinely popular with fans. Like if Zelda is coming out, they'll just say it's a 10 out of 10 and then just say it's like, well, it's the only game on the console worth owning. That's traditionally how they've done it. They use Zelda to weaponize against other Nintendo games, but like the issue now is that there are so many popular Nintendo franchises out there that tactic just doesn't work. Like, that's what they tried doing with Air Riders is that like, well, why would I play Air Riders when Mario Kart World is coming out? And like they severely underestimated like the popularity of Air Riders. Like they really thought that like a sequel to like a poorly received GameCube game couldn't possibly do well, and yet it totally has. Yeah, we need to focus on Road Trip. I re-downloaded it specifically for Road Trip, and every time I play this, I keep like playing online or City Trial like every single time. It's very frustrating. Yeah, it's like an important part of the narrative. Like back in the day, people used to say that like Nintendo only had Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. That used to be like the serious like cope back in the 2000s. Wait, what?
Three, two, one, go!
Oh, what?
Three, two, one, go!
But it's like upward flight? Like, how do you. Yeah, this is probably one of the big indications, one of the big defining examples how like the narrative doesn't work. Because like they really seriously thought that this game would underperform because of how the original did 20 years ago, with no consideration for like how the market has changed, how people's interests have changed, how like credible. Do you know how many people I saw initially like reacting to the announcement for this that like they didn't know who Masahiro Sakurai was? Like if you're that out of touch, like you have no idea what people think about anything. Custom Robo? Oh yeah, I love Custom Robo. Yeah, we definitely need more niche like IPs like that for sure. Um, and who makes it? It's like, is it a Nintendo IP? I believe it is. Yeah, I never like there were like four of them, right? But then like you had the GameCube one, and like I think they made a DS one too. I think there's like four of them, but I'm only familiar with the GameCube one. I barely remember anything about it though. But yeah, like it's becoming harder and harder to downplay Nintendo games because like every single time one comes out and the community rallies to try and downplay it, like the next one's like coming up in a couple of months. Like Mario Kart World was like they fought to gaslight you into thinking that game like failed or that there was something wrong with it. That the online is dead, and meanwhile it's just super super successful. Yeah, like traditionally, you wouldn't even have to talk about air riders. It was just like taken for granted that it would just fail automatically.
3, 2, 1, go! Fire!
Like when the original for this came out, like all you had to do was just be like laugh at it for like looking like it did, and like being a Kirby spinoff
Excellent.
that nobody cared about, and like what that just doesn't fly today. Like the series is so beloved. Made by Noise. I don't know. Like there's all sorts of weird like partnerships like that because like Starfy was like that was a huge deal for Nintendo in the 2000s. Like Starfy was like a mascot character for them in the 2000s, and like Tosei produced it, but I don't actually know like what the relationship was. And Starfy never took off here, but it's probably a nostalgia brand in Japan these days. Yeah, there's probably a lot of like mid 2000s stuff like that people don't even really think about as being Nintendo stuff, like Fossil Fighters, Custom Robo, Batten Kaidos. There's a lot of examples of that. But yeah, I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not exactly bored of like the single player mode, but it's like every time I play it, I'm kind of like I'd rather just play like more standard racing. I don't know. It's just yeah, they can. Yeah, you're always seeing people spurg out about like dead IPs, and meanwhile we're getting like a new Metroid Prime, after 18 years, and a new Kirby Air Riders after like 22. Like what dead IPs? Like any of this stuff can come back at any time. And you also have to coincidentally like ignore all the stuff that is coming out, which is something that I do want more people to acknowledge whenever they start complaining about this. Like like we got Prime 4 and Air Riders this year. Like and Donkey Kong. Like three like highly demanded games that a lot of us thought we would never get. Like especially Bonanza. Like nobody saw Bonanza coming, right? So like I just don't want to hear this nonsense. And like meanwhile, I'm seeing YouTubers like actually Donkey Kong Country Returns isn't a real Donkey Kong Country game, and we've never gotten a sequel to the Rareware games. It's like it's so unbearably autistic, and like makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Dewey looks like a fucking slime from Dragon Quest.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time!
Yeah, they can do this whatever they want. Like that's just the reality of it, is that they aren't like reliant on
3,
like
2, 1. Start!
the longer they wait, the bigger a deal it is when they bring it back, is something that like a lot of people don't realize. Like Prime 4 is already like topping the eShop charts. Air Riders are still doing well. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to kill Gooey? Like, I'm trying to do that. It's not working. I got him.
Excellent.
I don't think Starfy ever took off here. They gave it like a big like ad campaign for the 4th game, but like it never became popular. Like some people did check it out. Like I remember playing a demo station, and I knew a girl who was talking about it, but it's like yeah. Apparently, the final boss of that game is really obnoxious. It's like it has like 4 phases or something. I've never played Starfy, so I have no idea. Like I think she was telling me like it took her like an hour and a half to beat in like one sitting or something. That's what I want to say. I don't know. I'm not sure if I can trust the anecdote of a 14-year-old girl though. Were we 14? How old was I when that came out? I think I might have been younger than that.
3, 2, 1, go!
Australia. Yeah, interesting that it was popular in Australia. They must love their sea ship. I don't know. They might be bringing Starfy back because did you notice that they ported all the games to NSO? Like even like the Japanese versions. Oh, so like they're in Japanese, but they're on the English NSO. They look like they're gonna bring it back. Honestly, like that'd be really interesting to see them bring it back because it feels like a nice like little alternate take on. I don't know. Like I've always wanted like more of a underwater platformer, so that might be a nice like twist on the formula. I know, yeah. I mean, that's something people are beginning to acknowledge a lot more. That like not every game needs to sell like 15 million units, but like we're still having to deal with that. You know, like a lot of people are having problems like acknowledging that Metroid Prime 4, like that game's probably going to be like a million seller, and the narrative is going to be that like that's not very good, but it's actually very very good. Like they aren't AAA games, is like what I'm saying. Xenoblade. So it'll be interesting seeing how well Prime 4 does because the narrative is that like it bombed, but I don't think so.
3, 2, 1, start!
Yeah, people don't realize how much better like Nintendo budgets. Like a lot of people are saying that about Prime 4 is that it looks cheap and outdated. No, it's actually on a budget. That's like that's what people don't understand. You know, that's what people don't understand about ZA is that like it's on a budget. You know, Nintendo's doing what like people are begging the other companies to doing, but the simple fact of the matter is like if these companies don't pour like money resources into like visuals and graphics, like nobody's gonna give a shit about their shit. Like that's always been the problem with them is that they're entirely reliant on like the visual quality, and now that that's bottoming out, we're seeing more and more people being more lukewarm to these games.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time!
The Pokemon deal tomorrow. Wait, what DLC? It's not coming out tomorrow. It's coming out in. And what Pokemon DLC?
3, 2, 1, start!
how the hell do you get up there, though? Oh, shit, what? Okay, so if you hold up, you can, like, glide farther. Okay. You did it. Yeah, I saw people try and say that ZA selling 6 million units was bad, and it's just like, no. It's just like, yeah, people keep seething about Pokemon, and it's just like at a certain point, it's gonna collapse. I think when, like, you know, the audience starts clowning on them. Like, considering the same people are going after like Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime might be the big thing that kicks off a fan made. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Rare was complete shell of its former self. Man. I don't know. It's weird to me that, like, Banjo Kazooie is still relevant because it just.
When the vehicles fell to Popstar, many crumbled to ruin at the moment of impact.
Yeah, I don't think I like this as much as Prime 4, honestly. Like, the more I play this, I like this game a lot, but I do think Prime 4.
But some survived and encountered potential riders.
Like, I was wondering how I would match this up.
The vehicles could not activate themselves, but sprang to life once a rider shared their will. Once paired, vehicles and riders became close partners. Air ride machines eventually became a common sight and an indispensable part of their riders' lives.
What? Come on, you can't. I can't believe they actually tried giving this lore. Like, fucking. Like, are you gonna tell me that, like, this is canon to, like, the actual Kirby story? Like, I just don't believe that. Okay, so every crystal you get that gets you so every crystal you get gets you a new cutscene. Okay. So it's not based on, like, the amount of Prime 1 and Understand 4. Nah. 4 is probably the one to start with, honestly. I would say. I imagine that's why it was designed the way it did, to be more forgiving to new players. Don't drop below fourth. What? Yeah, everybody wants to, like, everyone tends to, like, spurg out about the lore, but it's like, I don't know if they really put that much thought into it. I don't know. I've never really felt like this is a very lore heavy franchise, and yet like fans insist it is. I don't really see it that way. I mean, it's cool that like, holy fucking shit, it's Rick. It's cool that people like are willing to acknowledge that. Yeah, Kirby's a pretty badass video game character, but I don't think you need to make up lore to do that.
Start.
ZA. Wait, okay. Well, we'll have to re-download like Legends ZA because I have no idea what's going on. I thought the DLC was coming out in February. I don't know. Was there another bit of it? I mean, I bought it, so I guess we need to get back to it. Yeah, ZA is one of my favorite games this year for sure. And my vehicle's about to burst. Man, we're playing Air Riders, Prime 4, and still playing ZA, even after 100% completing it. Like, there's still more shit to do. Okay, so depending on what item you get, that changes your route, I think. The route system is so confusing. I have no idea how you're supposed to figure out this nonsense. I really don't like I really don't feel like I enjoy like Road Trip enough to like beat it. It's just that's just kind of my mentality is that like I'd rather just play more City Trial is kind of my view. I'd rather play more Air Ride. I think I am kind of done with this game.
3, 2, 1, start.
I'm sure I'll beat it one of these days, but like right now I'm just not really feeling it. My stomach hurts. Yeah, I guess I should uninstall this and get Pokemon Legends EA downloaded. I don't have it downloaded right now. So. Yeah, it sucks that I'm like I'm gonna stop playing this before I beat the single player, but I do feel like the single player is the primary draw. Wait, can you not stop whenever? Oh, save. Okay. Why doesn't it just auto save? I'm kind of confused about that. Yeah, one of the disappointing things about Air Riders, not a lot of Forgotten Land content. It's all like pre-Forgotten Land stuff, and it's really frustrating if you're like me and like consider Forgotten Land like the peak of the franchise. I don't. Air Riders might be a good like primer to get into it, though. I mean, I imagine kids don't know a lot about the lore, like the history of the franchise or whatever. But I think people have been like saying that for a long time actually. Like it's the only console that anybody remembers fondly because it was just so much better than Xbox and PlayStation. And like anybody who actually spent time with it would will tell you that. The issue has always been just like older people like clowning on Nintendo for like, you know, like it's a kid thing. Like when you take that away from it, like the GameCube was way better. And it wasn't even really true then. Like Eternal Darkness and Metroid Prime were both way better than anything on Xbox and PlayStation early on. Okay. Uh, yeah, I don't even know what I want to play. Oh, get this! I actually got to the final boss in Superstar and could not beat it. I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I have no idea how to beat Marks consistently. I guess it's like I guess it's like it might be harder than the actual final boss. I think it's supposed to be a super boss, actually. For a dead game, people are excited for Mario Kart World. Oh yeah, that updated too, didn't it? I completely forgot. Man, I can't keep up with all these updates. Yeah, yeah. The Mario Kart World narrative is not going to survive the year, I think. So I went ahead and beat this, and I instantly I got to Marks, and like I just lost. Like I just couldn't beat it. Like he's just too rough. The real final boss. Well, like okay, so like I beat him in Milky Way Wishes, no problem. But now I'm doing it in the arena, and like he's just brutal, and I don't know why. Like I don't. Yeah, I'd like to beat this just so I can say I beat Kirby Superstar. But I did this on Ultra, like no problem. Like I don't remember struggling with it with this on Superstar at all. On Ultra at all. Like the true arena, I think is what I struggled with. Yeah, it's not one of the easier bosses for me. Damn it, it's the stupid whale. Like I'm sick of this stupid whale. Okay. Yeah, I hate the fucking whale. It's just like nothing I do does that much damage. It's really obnoxious. Okay, so we took on two of the harder bosses to start with. Again, you might just get fucked by RNG. It feels like half the time, like what I'm mostly struggling with is just like shitty. Oh, the shield's different when you have mirror. Okay. It looks like the shield in Smash Bros. Actually. Yeah, the hitboxes on this thing are weird. Okay, got him. That C.S. Lewis quote, yeah. Yeah, a while back, people used to like clown on you for quoting that, but it really is like hilariously prescient about like the state of Nintendo. Fight me. That's right. Why does Meta Knight have a voice in Super Smash Bros. Brawl? I remember when you would play Brawl and like characters would say things out of the microphone. Like, wasn't that Kino? Like that is like the speaker. Excuse me. Like that is like one of the most unappreciated things about the Wii. It's like the microphone and how many developers got like some interesting mileage out of it. The game is just made. It is, yeah. Like you keep seeing people say Devil May Cry is like peak, but if you actually play it, it's pretty sloppy. Am I streaming the Game Awards? Yeah, I committed to it. Yes, I will be streaming the Game Awards. My Luigi show is that is premiering about an hour beforehand. So that'll go live, and then we'll boot up the stream and we'll watch it. I can't even remember the most iconic franchise on PS2. Well, it didn't have iconic franchises. You know, people just played whatever on PS2. Like PS2 was like it was just normies discovering video games for the first time. Hang on. Yeah, this wasn't the smartest idea. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, the mirror guy killed it. Yeah, well, the mirror guy was the MVP. I was fucking that up, and yeah, he saved my ass with that one. What's those? Yeah, and none of them were that good. Like Spyro's a PS1 game, actually. Yeah, X-Men. I will be shocked if Expedition 33 loses, considering how much money they put into marketing it. Yeah, there's no fucking way. No way it loses. Like what I think they want to do is that they want to make like the actress like some industry icon, you know? Because like they keep like releasing articles about things like I think she said that like she supported Samus being trans. You know, it's like they're gonna use her to push like woke nonsense on the gaming, and I do think like we should treat her like we treat like Pro ZD, honestly. Like that's my genuine opinion at this point. Like we should be like treating her like she's Pro ZD because like she's an industry plant. I don't want to hear about her. I don't care about her takes. Fuck off. She wasn't even in Metroid Prime 4, so. Yeah, the yo-yo is beast. You want something with like that's quick and has a bit of range to it, honestly, because the hitboxes in this game are kind of funky, and if you get close, you're gonna get hit like occasionally. You're gonna catch strays. So I like having a little bit of range. Me and the boy. There, we got him. The PS3, yeah. I mean, the PS3 is like, it was the beginning of the end. I think it was never successful, but like, Sony put some effort into having like exclusives and doing things. But yeah, the Xbox 360 was way better for sure. Like, it was weird how like Sony gaslit people into thinking the PS3 was good. Like that was a weirdly successful like propaganda period. The sprite work of this game is awesome. The blade cutters, yeah. Okay. Little Big Planet. I never actually played it, but I imagine it's cringe. Like that's the first time that like anybody said anything positive about the PS3. It's like Little Big Planet, and I just like I don't understand why they tried to make like Astrobot a thing when like they already had Little Big Planet, which I think was like way more successful. I'm very confused about that. Like I would have just like tried to sell the Sackboy more than Astrobot. I don't know. It's just confusing to me. Like I mean, I get that Sackboy was never actually that popular, but I mean, the cope right now is that like Mario Kart World should have had all this content at launch, and like that's just something that's not going to stick because like you never hear people say this about like other games, like you know Cyberpunk. When are you going to hear people say that about like Cyberpunk, right? Like, people hype up like every Cyberpunk expansion. Like, they can't just pick and choose like what they. Hey, these guys aren't air riders. Yeah, I remember seeing these guys for the first time and being kind of confused about them. Like, what, they're pushing blocks? Little Big Planet. Yeah, I never actually played it. I do not own Little Big Planet. I was thinking about getting a PS5 just so I could like play modern games because I didn't really enjoy my gaming PC. I think I will just get a new PC though. Yeah, once I start making new money, I think I'm gonna get my new PC. I mean, I guess it's an investment. I was looking at my line of credit and like I can get it. It's just, and I need it for work, so it's like it's not like it's a waste of money. But I already got the 3D printer, so it's just like, oh shit, he got me. Yeah, Dina Blade is like the boss I struggle with the most. I hate its patterns, and I just. I've been improving a lot, but I still haven't been able to beat it. No games. Yeah, I mean, I considered it. I think I am just gonna get a new PC though, and like, yeah, I was reluctant to get a PC for a long time, but because I'm just like, well, can I just use the old one? But yeah, I think I'm ready for a new one. I mean, I was thinking about getting it this year, but I had to get fired. They had to try and screw me over. Okay, let's see. Yeah, even the PlayStation was created by Nintendo. That's true. Did anyone notice that like Harada consulted like Ken Kutaragi of all people about whether he should leave Namco? He's like, Ken Kutaragi is my father, and I'm just like, God damn it! Wow, that is like that's crazy how deep the Sony cocksucking goes. We are straight up consulting like PlayStation executives on whether or not you should leave your third party studio. He's probably gonna try and do what Kojima did, honestly. Um, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't think Harada is on the same level of relevancy as Kojima. Like it feels like Harada is the sellout compared to like Itagaki being like the base Chad. Like honestly, because like the more I read about Itagaki, the more I realize how based he actually was. And then Harada is always doing like stupid shit, like please don't notice that Asuka looks like a man. Like I don't know. Harada's probably getting tired of getting blamed for like the woke shit that's being implemented into Tekken and has been for a long time. Um, like there must be a reason he's like bailing now because like Tekken 8 was not well received, and people are really anxious to like not acknowledge that because you know if Tekken collapses, that's another major PlayStation IP that's in the toilet. Inflated expectations. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Is that like the thing with Air Riders is that like everybody wrote it off before we even knew anything about it. Like even with like the second direct era, people were still bitching about it. Yeah, even when like the second direct era, people were still bitching about it, and it wasn't until like quite a bit later that people started to warm up to it. But yeah, I agree. Like Air Riders is something that like people wrote off so soon that like nobody bothered to like keep up with the hate grift, and that came out that turned out like to bite them in the ass. Honestly, like there's a reason they usually downplay everything that comes out, because like if they allow one Nintendo game to become successful, like the entire grift just collapses. And that's a really good example with Air Riders, is because Air Riders came out and they started hyping it up as like the better Mario Kart world. Well, suddenly like people are going out to buy Switch 2s because of Air Riders. You know, it's just I don't know. I think they're gonna update Mario Kart World. I've been saying this for a long time, but like I don't think we can like judge games based on like day one releases anymore, because like they just always add in like all these QOL features and make all these changes. It's just not doable, you know? Like Mario Kart 8, they did so much to it when it was still being worked on that World being the way it is now doesn't really bother me. I don't know. I'm just yeah, I don't get fired up about playing like Ninja Gaiden like I used to. I can't really. Amazing. Yeah, I guess I'm just getting older. I'm getting like I don't really feel like the same sense of like joy from like over beating a tough video game. It's just like, yeah, it's another game. I don't know. I have beaten this game before, but it's like it was so long ago that I barely remember anything about it. Like traditionally, like every time I would go back to Ninja Gaiden, I would just play one because I'm just like, oh well, I haven't beaten this game yet, and you know, or consistently was my thing. And then I started doing it so much that I eventually ended up beating it, and it's just like I beat Ninja Gaiden 1 like several times like last year, so I was just kind of like, it's time to move on to Ninja Gaiden 2. And that's what ended up happening. But now I just can't really get into it, because now I kind of feel like Ninja Gaiden 1, I don't know, it just I feel this way with like 3 as well, is that like it feels more annoying than genuinely difficult. I don't know. Maybe you just have to get used to it, but yeah, I just don't really want to play through this right now. I don't know. Like I keep putting off all these NES games, and I just don't know if I'll ever really get back into them. It just feels like I'm not really into them anymore. Like I'm more comfortable saying that I don't really enjoy playing them. Like back in the day, I wanted to beat them for like status reasons, but now I'm just like I'm so comfortable in like my status as like a YouTuber that it doesn't really matter to me as much. Uh, I keep yawning too. Every time I start streaming, I start yawning. I mean, I keep yawning throughout the day too. So like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should just nap more. I should just keep working. I mean, that's what I've been doing a lot lately. Is just working, like getting up, like immediately, like work, and like just keep doing it until I pass out, and then just repeat. But with streaming though, it just feels like I have to be engaged with it no matter what, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should just normalize taking breaks like during streams, but I don't know. I don't think you want to see that. I mean, you guys are like very understanding whenever I do pass out, but it's like because again, I can't reiterate this enough. I'm doing a lot off stream, so it's very hard to keep up with everything I'm doing. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is the highest rated game of 2025. Yeah, that's crazy. That was the end result of giving Baldur's Gate 3 the Game of the Year award. Is that like Tears of the Kingdom became the highest, the most critically acclaimed game of the year twice, and that's just insane to me that like we can like legit say that now. It's that like, well, it was the highest, most critically acclaimed game twice. Like, so yeah, like that's crazy because like that goes beyond what like Expedition 33 will ever accomplish. Like, we're at that point now where we can legit like do stuff like that. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I saw that like I've been seeing people like trying downplay Tears again, but it's just like it really does feel like it's just coping at this point. Like Tears is going to be super popular by the time the next one comes out. Like it's the grift has been collapsing for a long time, and like once the next one gets announced, you're going to see a lot more appreciation for Tears. I want to be. I haven't played I Want to Be the Guy in years. I'd like to play it again. I remember when I played it, I used the keyboard, and I never got. I don't think I got that far into it. I don't think I beat any of the bosses. I think I beat one of them. Yeah, years and years ago. Yeah, that game's pretty old now. I don't know anybody who even remembers it. I miss that era. Like I remember like getting that like my first laptop, and just like downloading all these weird like freeware games, like a lot of which were never finished. No More Plumbers, which is like Super Mario Bros, but no more heroes. Like just sick shit like that, and it just these days it just feels like that stuff doesn't get made. I haven't heard anything about it. These days I imagine like anybody who can make that kind of stuff would try to go to Patreon and try to make money off of it. That kind of takes the soul away from it, I think. But yeah, I really liked I Want to Be the Guy. I just never could finish it. Yeah, I don't remember why I quit. Yeah, it probably was just a matter of like me replacing the computer and never getting back to it. Yeah, I stuck with that computer way longer than I should have. Like I should have a decade of using it, I think. And it was just downright dead when I finally got a replacement. Pokey Rogue. Yeah, yeah, I've never heard of that one. Do freeware games still get made? I actually haven't looked in years. I don't remember how I got into it. Probably just man, that period of my life is such a blur. Because I was in like constant pain all the time because like I was eating. Well, I wasn't eating anything for a long time. I think I would go like entire weeks without eating much because like there was nothing around the house and I had no money. If I brought something home, it'd be eaten or thrown out. So I was in like pain all the time, and that didn't go away until I started moving out here. So yeah, I don't remember a lot of what I was doing 10 years ago. Now I think it was already getting a bit better by like 2017, but yeah, because I started eating out like at restaurants once every 2 days. There he goes. Fuck. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I love arcades. Yeah, like I would have loved to go to an arcade, but they're just were not around me. Like I don't know. They were really shitty for a long time. Like I have one around me now that just opened, and yeah, it does kind of suck, but you know, it's the most mileage I've ever gotten out of an arcade because I could just go there whenever I want. You know, I have money. I don't have to like listen to my parents bitch about like not being able to afford like a fucking couple of quarters. It's just um yeah, it's so weird. Like now that I know like how much things actually cost, like how fucking cheap my parents actually were. Like it's just like, or still are actually. You know, won't pay for internet, won't pay for Amazon Prime. They have no streaming services. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish? Amazon Fire Stick? The only Fire Stick I have is in my furnace. Fucking retard. But yeah, I really wish I got to grow up in like the arcade culture of the 80s and 90s because it just seems like that was like peak gamer culture when it was like somewhat normalized. And then when like it became cringy by the time PlayStation came out, and like it started being about like, oh man, like we're so cool and mature. It's just yeah, there are all these cool Pokemon fan games. Like you know, I have played Pokemon Brown, which is awesome, and I actually own a copy of it. I have it on cartridge. I never have played it. I really should try going through. I don't know if my SP is like, yeah. Every time I try to like play it, I touch it. I'm like worried it's gonna break. Like I feel like that thing doesn't have a lot of life left in it. Like it just feels so finicky. I used to carry that thing around with me everywhere. It's kind of shocking that it's like that it's dying finally. I really don't want to get rid of it because that thing was like my buddy for the longest time. I'm like, that's like one of my favorite like pocket devices ever. It's crazy to think the SP was like the last Game Boy. Because like I feel like everybody fucking had one. Yeah, I like the DS, but like the DS was like clunky. I always carried around both with me. Like I had a bag and I would just like carry them both around, and I would use the DS for DS games, but the Game Boy Advance, like there was no Metroid game on DS, so you know I'd play Zero Mission all the time. Like that's what I would do a lot. Is just like, oh yeah, let's just play through Zero Mission. Like, oh, did we finally get through it? Wow. Is this the game that sends you back to the beginning of the world when you die? 3 sends you back to the beginning of the game, doesn't it? Oh, come on, you're supposed to climb. Oh, that's a ladder. Okay. Okay, you do start in 3 too. Okay. Well, we're making some progress on Ninja Gaiden 2. Are we? I don't know. I think we should. I think we can beat this. Yeah, it was. Well, there weren't a ton of people like around with download play. So what you have to understand is that I grew up in that period where like everybody thought the DS was gonna lose to the PSP, so like nobody I knew wanted a DS. So like I was the only person who had one within like a million miles of, and like eventually like younger kids eventually got DSs, but like nobody in my age group ever did. Um, it was something that was heavily stigmatized and hated. Like that was kind of like the last wave of like real genuine Nintendo hate, I think, where people wouldn't even try DS games. Like after that, it gradually started dying down, but yeah, the Wii U is interesting because everyone loves like talking about like how badly it did, but like actually, I feel like that was around the point where people started acknowledging that like Nintendo games were just better than the competition. Like before then, like you had people seriously telling you that like no, the PS360 is way better than anything they do, and it just wasn't true. Oh yeah, did I tell that story of that chick who like borrowed my DS on like the last day of school? Like, just like I think I have told you that. Like, yeah, yeah, she asked me for it. I'm just like whatever, and she takes it and she plays it for like 2 hours. I'm just, I was so nice to her, and she just okay, fuck. Yeah, that's the girl that inspired Sinistro, by the way, and American Eagles. Okay. Hey, Sim story. I wasn't simping. I was just being nice. Yeah, I did not have a thing for her. I will say that. But, yeah, I don't think I've ever simped for anyone ever. Uh, I can't think of any time I simped. Okay. She overwrite my saves. Nah, she didn't do anything. She gave it right back. Was I? Uh, yeah, it was so long ago. I don't remember exactly. Like, yeah, innovative combat. Yeah, when they just ripped from Mario and Luigi. The game girl. Yeah. I mean, like we would talk about that as kids. Like, why don't they have a fucking game girl? That was just that didn't make any sense to me. I mean, in hindsight, like boys like this shit way more than girls do. I mean, I didn't feel that way personally. I mean, like for me, like girls were really into Pokemon, and that was like, uh, I don't know. I like that way more than like the stupid shit that like guys were into. Pokemon was always very popular with boys and girls. Like I don't know. I always felt like guys were more posers than girls. You know what I mean? Because like they always try and tell you that like, oh man, I played that game and I beat it and it sucks and like you should play this instead and it's just like on the better console and it's just like yeah okay boomer okay like every single time like it's just it can't be that good. Yeah, I wonder how good it actually is because I do think I am gonna pick it up when like it does come to Switch 2 and I'm sure it will eventually. I do intend on playing it up. Same with Stellar Blade. I do want to pick it up and like talk about it, but come to think of it, I should play Nier Automata again. Oh wow. Yeah, it was yeah, for us it was like it was New Super Mario Bros. And 64, yeah. I never owned Mario Kart, weirdly enough. Like every single time I would ask for a new Mario Kart, like, we have that at home. Like, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not the same game. It's called being a Nintendo hater, yeah. That's the real alpha male. I'm surprised you don't see more people like blaming like wokeness on like Nintendo games. MKDS. Yeah, I've barely played MKDS. I have it in my house, but like it's I have not played it really. I didn't play it from scratch. It's like a used copy. It's on Game Pass. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the Switch version. Like I think Shift Up confirmed that like Stellar Blade's coming next year, so we'll have to see about that. Mario Party DS. Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking up DS, but I've never played it. It might be nostalgia, but I'm curious. And I feel like a lot of people's favorite Mario parties are like the ones they grew up with. Because I'm seeing a lot of GameCube babies like hype up like these GameCube ones that a lot of people didn't like. I want to play Mario Party 3. Yeah, we need to play more Jamboree. I love that game, and yet like every time I play it, I just end up doing Bowser's Big Kaboom, and then never actually playing the actual game. So, like, I never feel like I get all the mileage I want out of Mario Party these days. Do we have the best? No, 3 is not as good as 2, for sure. The thing about 2 is that like I've played it so much that I've gotten like sick of it. I know like everything about that game. 3, I've never done everything in comparison, so I've always wanted to do everything in it because I do like that game for what it is. I would never say it's better than 2 though. 2 is just like it's one of my favorite games ever, truth be told. And it's just like I've just played it to death over the years. Like 3 was always that game we played like whenever we were bored of 2, and like we would go right back to 2 afterwards. So it's just. Yeah, I was looking through Wikipedia and like Tomonobu Itagaki dead at 58, and I'm just like, God damn it, I'm still pissed. Like, do we even know why he died? Have we gotten a formal announcement? Like, Harada went to his funeral and, like, he shared some photos of that. Jetpack. Holy fucking shit, it's Vladimir from, No More Heroes 2. One Piece Party. That game is crazy because, that was made when 4Kids still had the license to it. So you actually get to hear their voice for Blackbeard and Bellamy. Like, that's fucking insane. And you actually get to see the Giants, too, who did not appear in the 4Kids version. Because they cut them out. Like, it's like, fucking really? That's crazy. That was always something I wondered, like, what would Blackbeard sound like if they got to him, but no. Man, I need to get caught up on One Piece, because I keep saying Murphy Napier do nothing but do, like, weekly updates of it, and I'm just like, I have not read any manga in forever. It's really obnoxious. I wanted to get an iPad this year, but, like, I had to put it off because of the, getting fired thing. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know when I'll get around to reading manga again. I don't know. I tend to be reading like weird series too. Like the ones I'm really fired up about are like older ones. Like Kingdom is available on Kindle now. Like, I was really surprised. Like, Tomorrow Joe is available on Kindle now, and I'm kind of surprised. I guess all these older classic series are finally getting brought over. I don't know when Hajime no Ippo will, but my favorite manga, probably Attack on Titan, probably. I mean, I have not read enough manga, I feel like, to really have a favorite. It probably is Attack on Titan, though. Like, I can't think of anything else that's had that much of an impact on me. Maybe One Piece, but, like, One Piece does have, like really slow moments to it. I mean, I guess Attack on Titan has the ending. Well, not the ending. I'm fine with the ending itself. It's just, like, the build-up to it, I think I have an issue with. I mean, I haven't read one Attack on Titan in forever, so I don't remember exactly what my feelings towards it were. I haven't read it at all since it ended, so I've been meaning to go back to it, but I don't know when it's going to happen. Oh, come on! I almost had it. Pokemon. I'm a big fan of, like, the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga and, like, the Super Mario Bros. Well, that's a comic. Super Mario Adventures. That's, like, you know, like, if you're curious about where the characterization for Peach in the Mario movie came from, it very specifically looks like it came from Super Mario Adventure. So it's not out of nowhere like a lot of people claim it is. Yeah, I saw someone on Kotaku in Action try and say that, like, biased Nintendo fan sites are, like, propping up Metroid Prime 4 scores, and it's just, like, even Kotaku in Action thought that was ridiculous. Yeah, I think you can get it in the proper way where you can just juggle it. You watch Death Battle? They had Buffy versus Blade. Ugh. I don't know anything about Buffy or Blade, which is kind of crazy. I remember when I, like, created Soleil Freeman, and I'm just like, well, Soleil Blade, I called her, but, like, back in the day, Blade is her maiden name. I remember I created the character, and I'm just like, a blonde vampire hunter. I just recreated Buffy. They have, like, radically different personalities, though, I think, so it's not too big of a deal, I don't think, but, like, yeah, and she's also called Blade, which is, like, I don't know, which was not a reference to the Marvel character, but I don't know. I was kind of concerned about that for a while, which is why I married her off and changed her last name. But, so yeah, that's why I always, like, refer to her as Soleil Freeman these days. Just to get away from, like, the association. It was a coincidence, I swear. I mean, it's a generic name, so it shouldn't have been an issue. But, like, I really gotta. The manga for Metroid? Yeah, I've never read that. I mean, I have, but, like, I don't own it or anything. Like, from what I recall, it's actually pretty good, but I don't know. You have to read the manga to, like, know a lot about, like, Samus's background and all that. Because the games themselves have always been kind of vague about it. The Eggman versus Bowser. Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch Death Battle because I think they're biased. I don't give a shit about what they do. Like, they had Pokemon versus Digimon. Digimon won. And then they had, like, Ash Ketchum versus Yugi. And Yugi won. And it's just like, come the fuck on. Yeah, I haven't. I have no intention of ever, like, watching anything Death Battle does again. I don't care about what they do. I want them to go bust, honestly. It's very frustrating that they, like, survived their bankruptcy, because I was so happy when, like, they shut down, and, like, the fact that they came back it's I don't know, it's very unfortunate. Like, realistically, what would happen is that Ash would get his own Digimon, and, like, he would just, like, beat the shit out of, like, everyone else's Digimon with that. Like, realistically, I think. That's what would happen. Yeah, they're big on like shilling Sonic and Death Battle in general. It's frustrating. Uh, like I'll never get over like how Death Battle is like single-handedly responsible for gaslighting people into thinking that like Superman can beat Goku. Like he can't. Like this is even really debatable. Like it's like legit canon in Dragon Ball. He can't. like I just don't even want to hear it. It's just so dumb. Well, but in the Silver Age, like Goku would like chew up and spit out Silver Age Superman. Like let's be real here. Oh yeah, weren't they producing like a manga for Fire Emblem Engage? How's that? Like I heard they were making it, but I haven't heard anyone talk about it. Like it feels like Nintendo's doing more like stuff like that now. Like they had like the Kirby manga that came out a while back. I haven't read it. I thought about getting it, but I didn't think I was a big enough fan of Kirby to justify it. Man, I remember doing this. Wow. Yeah, I still had the muscle memory for this. Wow. Yeah, the boss looked familiar when I first saw it, but like, yeah, this game is so much better than the original. Yeah, I'll be glad when like I don't know. It's more like universally regarded that like Western comic books are retarded and you can't really take them seriously. When it comes to like powered scaling things, it's just yeah, it's nice to sit and play older games for once. I feel like lately we've been playing like modern stuff, so it's nice to play like stuff like this. I don't know. This would probably eat up all of our time. I mean, there's a reason I don't play a lot of retro games anymore because it's like I either know them so well to the point where they're not fun anymore, or like I've never played them and I just struggle for like hours trying to beat them. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's how I discovered Berserk. Actually, was the whole Nightmare versus Guts thing. I forget. Shit, come on. Yeah, I'd like to live in a Japanese community. Maybe I should just find one. Like, where are the big like Japanese community, like Japanese American communities? Instead of going to Japan, that's probably what I should do. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Like when you interact with a Japanese person, like how much they come off like actual human beings compared to like every other like ethnicity on the planet. It's crazy. Even more than white people, honestly. How the hell did I die there? I had it. Okay. West Coast, yeah. I don't know. I traditionally I've hated where I lived, but it's like I'm so established here now that like moving at this stage would be like really dumb. Like I own the house. Like I straight up can't move. Like why would I rent when I own a fucking house? It doesn't make any sense. Like so I'm kind of stuck here, which has been kind of a problem, but like I don't know. I think once I like I mean the issue like traditionally has been like there's just no one to talk to because like most people are scum, but like I don't know. I think once my income goes up high enough, I should be able to correct that problem. I don't know, because everyone else just like spends time in like hyper specific areas where like there are no clowns or there goes. Like it's remarkable to me how like for a long time how I never saw like um certain people outside of school or work because they're all doing drugs, they're all like fucking around, they're all like partying all the time, and meanwhile I'm like at the library, Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in like marrying a Japanese woman. I don't know. I just have like a, a specific person in mind now. Well, um, kind of person, I should say. Uh, fuck. Yeah, I don't think it's really necessary. Like again, I kind of wish it did happen though, because it's just like so many of my problems basically like amounted to the fact that like not a single around me, like person around me, like really did anything for me at all. Like I really desperately needed to like get away from like everyone who was causing me problems. Harman will marry Cortana. No, like I'll marry Samus. Fuck Cortana. Like she's an AI. Do you think she's like capable of that? Like Chief. Like I I can do erotic role plays for like. Do you think she can do it? Is that what she was designed for, to be a sex bot? She does kind of look like one, doesn't she? Uh, yeah, I don't know anything about Halo lore, so I'm just kind of like, is Cortana like Chief's love interest? Didn't they make her ugly at one point? And wasn't she like one of the early examples of them like making attractive female characters ugly? Yeah, like Phoenix was actually like the when I was considering moving, like when things were going really well for me, I was like, I considered Phoenix, but it's just like I kind of had this like realization, like, why the fuck do I need to move to like a capital city? Like, I'd much rather like pick like a small, out of the way location with like an actual community of real human beings. Like, being in a city doesn't really benefit me at all. I don't know. I just
Like I really did think about doing it, but it's just like, why would I? Like uprooting everything to go. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm too well established here at this point. I don't know. I do think that's kind of important to like realize that like everywhere is just kind of the same kind of shitty, and that like got him. That like you're not gonna like find like happiness like just by moving and taking a huge risk like that. You're just losing everything you've already built. Irene. Ninja. Oh. So she's Chat GPT. Die, little ninja. No. What the? Okay, Act 4. Yeah, why isn't Irene in Dead or Alive? Feels like a missed opportunity for me. Ding. I don't know. Like, I used to say this game was better than the original, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it's like the DKC2 thing, where like it is way more difficult, but I don't think necessarily that automatically makes it better or more fun. The sprite work is really impressive, though. Yeah, all these. Yeah, with Harada leaving Bandai Namco, this is gonna be spell the end of the fighting game industry, I think, because like I guess Street Fighter is gonna go continue along uncontested. What's my next game gonna be? Let's see. Yeah, I think I want to go back and do another run through Superstar.
Ninja Gaiden, yeah, Ninja Gaiden's way better than Mega Man for sure. I don't know. I don't care for Mega Man at all as an adult. It's just I don't know. I've beaten two like several times now, and like every time I do, it's just like this bullshit again. I mean, I feel like Mega Man 2 is just the kind of game that like a lot of people play when they're really young and get attached to it. Kind of like how I feel about Star Fox Adventures. Like it's like I played it when I was young and kind of grew an attachment to it, even though it's like obviously like bullshit. Yagi still has a job. Well, being a YouTuber is not a job. I say that while I'm living off my YouTube money. I don't know. Young A is like the worst thing to happen to YouTube. I'm just gonna lose against Marks anyway. I feel like your partners were a lot stronger in Ultra. Yeah, I've never actually played this game two-player, come to think of it. Shit. Harman's favorite sci-fi is war. Oh, I don't even joke about that. Bro, I read like legit sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking read 40K. I don't read that cringe shit. Ugh. Hopefully, like, I'm curious at what point that like people are gonna start clowning on 40K because it's just because like the thing people don't tell you about 40K is that like a lot of the stuff that people think is really cool and badass about it is like entirely just fan fiction, and that like the actual lore is like comparatively tame and boring in comparison. Yeah, I'd say my favorite sci-fi property probably Metroid, honestly. Me, I think Metroid like kind of encompasses that like that feeling of like exploring an alien world and like just seeing like strange and weird shit all the time. It just feels very natural, even with like the fantasy aspects that are sprinkled in there. I mean, they try to give an explanation for the ghost, don't they? Warhammer went woke, yeah. It's been woke for a long time, but like the audience just kind of refuses to admit it. Like they're doing this thing right now where they're just like, not in my game, and it just comes off as unbearably cringe. So what you want to get is the bomb. But no shit, no. Yeah, for sure. That's like an average Kirby boss, actually. Yeah, Tiki Tong is no one's favorite boss. I don't know. I've kind of been defending him recently because so many people people exaggerate how bad he is. Like I like him more and more as I go back. Like I appreciate that they tried to come up with something new. Like people keep doing this thing, like we want K. Rool, we want K. Rool, we want K. Rool, and it's like, bro, we had nothing but K. Rool for years. Like it's fine to do something different. That's actually one of the things I think is really underrated about Return is the fact that it did that. Actually, I think Beam would be better for this fight. I love how like we're optimizing based on like the abilities of the bosses. So what you want to do is like stay out of the way. How the fuck did he do that? Okay, apparently the AI bomb is like legit in this fight. What the hell was that? How did he do that? Is that the yo-yo? Yeah, that yo-yo. Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, I would argue that they probably shouldn't have brought K. Rool back for Bonanza because I think they should have focused on the Kong thing. I don't know. I mean, like, people would have seen about Void. Like, I don't know. Like, if K. Rool wasn't in the game, you would see a lot more people seething about Void and how much he sucks. But like, yeah, having K. Rool in there was probably good to see. All right. I don't know. The K. Rool thing is like, it's such a. Most people are like, we're very excited by it, but I just don't know. I don't like the idea of like getting excited about a character just because like he hasn't shown up in a bit, Like it's just, I don't know. It's just like I'm not necessarily like Andros is one of my favorite video game antagonists of all time, right? I don't necessarily want Andros to come back like all the time, Like I think one of the reasons that makes him so great is that like is just how he was handled in 64 specifically. Like I don't know. I mean that's kind of a problem with like a lot of Nintendo antagonists that you see them so much they kind of lose their like their aura. Like Ganondorf's a really good example. Like people forget that like before like Tears of the Kingdom, he hadn't shown up since Twilight Princess. And yet like he was so prevalent like before that like people don't even realize that like he hadn't appeared in a long time. Yeah, so the thing about this boss that I've realized, you are better off not having a partner because the partner just fucks with your aim and just makes this like way more like difficult than it needs to be. Like that's like 90% of doing the arena is just like figuring out all the stupid bullshit that can go wrong and just mitigating it. Got him. Star Fox, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't even realize that like there is an expert mode in Star Fox 64. It's a major accomplishment to unlock it. I don't remember if I 100%ed expert mode on Switch yet. I've done it a couple of times. I'll have to check. I probably stop. I never do seem to finish it.
Area 6, yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, if Harrison comes into the chat, be sure to ask him for tips because he has the world record for Star Fox Zero. I believe he also owned had some 64 world records at one point. I don't know. That's been it's been a while since I talked to him about that. I don't even know if he still has the record in Zero. Yeah, I have not been following along with that scene. In general, I wish I was doing more in the Zero community because I was one of the only prominent people in the community who was speaking out against how unfairly that game was treated when it came out. But yeah, I hate this boss, so we're gonna have to. Yeah, 7. I think we went through a lot of the harder bosses already, though, so. Okay, why is the AI in this game so garbage? It never seems to take the initiative and attack. It should be, on the forefront, but. God damn it. Yeah, I remember renting it, or playing someone else's copy of it. I don't remember where it came from. And I saw that Star Fox 64 had an on foot mode. You don't unlock on foot mode unless you get 100% completion in the game. So Ultras, yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, Ultra in general, I feel is just such a huge improvement over this. I've never actually played this version before. I'm only doing it for the novelty, but I think Ultra just looks better. It plays better. It has more content. There's just it's just everything good about this game, but just improved. It's probably one of the better Nintendo remakes that's ever come out, honestly. The DS was filled with really good Super Nintendo remakes. The Game Boy Advance had ports, but the DS had straight on remakes like this, and they killed it. I wish we saw more of them, truth be told. Holy shit, we have 5 bosses to go. We have no healing items. Yeah, I don't know. I never got a lot of mileage out of 64's multiplayer mode. Maybe it was more impressive early on in the N64's lifespan, but I don't know. I always preferred GoldenEye and Mario Party 2 and stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird how there feels there's 2 radically different N64 audiences, kids and adults. You just end up preferring radically different games depending on where you are. Older people will tell you about wrestling games and random first person shooters you've never heard of, or Wave Race or whatever. It's it's weird how younger people were playing Paper Mario and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know a thing about wrestling, so like I'm kind of curious about like why the N64 era is so beloved. But I don't. I would try them if they got ported over, but like I just don't. I don't see that happening like ever. Like surely there are licensing issues, right? Like I keep hearing people like name like several different games like on N64. It's just like how many of them did they release? I don't know. Like everyone like says that wrestling was like peak in the '90s, and I don't really know what that means. Yeah, Wisp is fucking worthless because this retard never charges up his shots. So he just does that stupid little like, I don't know, semen shot is what I'm gonna call it. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not a fan of this whale fight. Nope. Yeah, it feels like it's mostly down to luck. Like what power ups you get. Like, cause I can win. I have gotten to marks, but like I can't really consistently do it because like they don't give me the power ups I want for the specific bosses. Wait, how did I lose my thing? I didn't. How'd that happen? Rocky the Rockinator. That close-up attack? Yeah, I have. I don't like using close-up attacks in this game because it just feels like they're kind of off. They just kind of feel like the hitboxes are kind of weird, and like I always get hit, and like so I tend to keep a distance. It's not like a big deal on like the standard game modes, but when you're doing like the arena, you do have to be careful about that. Oh sweet, we lucked out. Okay, so we got through all the hard ones. So yeah, all we have to do now is beat Marks. Well, yeah, all we have to do now is beat the boss. Today is the 45th anniversary of the death of John Lennon. Really? Yeah, so it always ends with the Marks fight. I was kind of wondering, is that how it works in this game? It always ends with the Marks fight. So it's random for like all the others, but like for Marks, it's always. Okay, so there are like some bosses that I just breeze through, but then like there are others that are just ridiculously difficult. Imagine sucks. Okay. Yeah, let's use. Okay, let's do Marks. It always ends with Marks. We got to beat communism, bro. I'm surprised they didn't change his name in English. Is Kirby anti-commie propaganda? What the hell? Oh, he turned my partner against me? He can do that? So is it better to not have a partner then? Here we go. Okay, I think the hammer is fine. Shit, what the hell was that? Come on, can we do it? Fuck, I was so close. I haven't played his patterns enough to know, like, okay. Well, the hammer's fine. Okay, so the hammer's fine against Marks. That was a good enough shot. Honestly, I think it was just because we didn't get a good, like, we weren't able to go at it at full health. But
damn it. That was frustrating. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing this like for the past couple of days. I've been having a lot of fun with it, honestly. I said when I first started doing it that I wasn't interested in doing it. I just kept trying. It always feels like a shame when you don't do like the arenas in Kirby. It's like you didn't really beat it. Like I don't know. I really like 100% Kirby games. They're a lot of fun. Oh shit. Yeah, so what I do in Ultra is that like I just use the hammer in like the Ultra attack. The Ultra attack in like the hammer, it has like a way more of a shorter wind up and it does more damage. So you can actually like wipe these things out in like a couple of hits. So it's a lot less tedious. Um like I think you can do it in this game too, but it's just like I can't get the timing down on it. To throw the hammer in this game? I don't think I've ever seen that. The thing that's wild to me about this game is that Mario and Luigi are in it. And you can clearly see that like there's like two different like Marios and Luigis in the crowds because they just mirrored the image and it's just like what's the deep lore implication of this? Their own achievements. I mean, they do it for individual games. They just have it in game. I think achievements are a waste of everyone's time, personally. Like, I think if it wasn't for achievements, people would like realize like that like there isn't really that much to do in like modern games. Like, I kind of realized that when I was like into achievement hunting. I don't know what my Xbox gamer score is. I don't know if you can check it online or anything. I don't know. Like things like that are just like a stroke of genius that like Microsoft gave platinum. What the hell? What? Why am I getting hit? Like I said, the hitboxes in this game are way too harsh. Like I lost it like twice because. Okay. I don't think this is a particularly hard boss. Okay. Well, we know what we're doing, but like we're just fucking it up. I guess we're just gotta take it like. Okay. Yeah, so I did beat Metroid Prime 4 Beyond last night, but I made the decision not to save over my file because I decided that I want to go for 100% completion because I like the ending that much. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna go for 100% completion, get everything in it, and then just kind of. Yeah, the fact that we beat the game and we're already going back to it, I think is proof that this game is really, really good. Oh, my print's done.
Yeah, that's what really shocked me about Prime 4. Like, I really thought, like, going by the initial ending, spoilers alert, spoiler alert if you haven't played Prime 4, which I don't know. If you're watching this show, you probably have. Um, I thought when I saw the first ending that, like, I did something wrong and, like, they weren't supposed to fucking die at the end. And I was, like, really shocked by it. And it wasn't until, like, the ending cutscene started playing, which is this really gorgeous, CG cutscene. Like they really do die. like that's. I was shocked that they did that, but that was pretty based, honestly. Like I don't know if they had like built up the characters better, this probably would have been like a 10 out of 10 moment. Like honestly, because I did not see that coming at all. Okay. So you have to get like 100% of scans. Like, do you have a completionist guide for each area? Yeah, I was very impressed with how Spoony Snoopy turned out. Yeah, I keep I'm kind of reluctant to print figures because a lot of the stuff I wanted to make was like they always came off rough. Like the waifu stuff always came off rough, but like I think with like cartoony shapes it does pretty well. So Spoonie does it really well. I have a Calvin Hobbes print that I'd like to do, but I'd like to use multicolor for that. But
Good hunting, Samus.
okay, so does the game tell you like what your completion is? Yeah, scans. Like apparently you have to go around scanning everything in this game. I think she does plenty personally. Like I would argue Dread is better, but like I would argue Dread is like one of the best Metroid games ever made. Period. So yeah. So the argument at this point is that like this isn't as good as Dread, and I don't think necessarily that's super disappointing. But yeah, like Nintendo probably has an aversion to the idea of Samus like showing any kind of emotion after Other M, I think. So if it's green, you have to scan it. That's a thing I can't stand about these games. Why do they keep scanning, like changing the color of what you're supposed to scan? Like this drives me nuts. This is why I never really got into like scanning stuff in Prime 2 specifically, is that like they changed it and I had like no idea what was going on. Like I hated the way they did it in Prime 2 where like everything is just a different color and it just looks awful. How did Prime 3 do it? Like it was more like 1, wasn't it? So supposedly the lore of this game is actually really good, but like going by my scans, I don't think I got like everything that we needed. Like yeah, look at all the stuff we did not get. Oh shit. That's right. Man, I didn't realize. Fuck. Yeah, we didn't there are bosses. So we can't get 100% completion on this playthrough. Wow. I did not think about that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I am done with the game. We'll probably come back to it, like to do hard mode, to do other stuff, but Yeah, I don't know. My motivation for doing this was that like I wanted to like save them, and if that's not possible, I don't really. Yeah, I'll probably just watch like the Silex cutscene on YouTube or something, or maybe get the amiibo. I don't know. I don't see myself 100%ing this. Oh, here is this a lore tablet? Yeah. Okay. So like, scan everything. Like I feel like this is a game that like people appreciate more on repeat playthroughs because of the higher difficulty, because of like the 100% completion. Like I think the lore in particular will make people more interested in this because I think the lore is quite a bit better than most people are giving it credit for right now. Ugh. Oh wow. Shot expansion required. So exploring every nook and cranny is just kind of. I've heard people complain about that. Is like exploring the world just gets you more upgrades, but it's like the final boss is pretty hard, honestly. Like honestly, I think I only beat the first phase because I lucked out. I don't know, man. This is the hottest Samus has ever looked in her armor. Like, look at that. Look at those thighs. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you do get a face reveal after like 100% completion, which is awesome. And apparently she is hot as fuck in those. So yeah, so much for those man children who thought they were gonna go her. Yeah, the writing in this game is legit good. I think it might be as good or better than the original Metroid Primes. Like it's weird. I think the overall plot is better, but like for me, like the big thing that made Metroid Prime memorable was just how like well thought out it was with like the pirates and their lore and like all the different like factions. Maybe we'll see more of that in future games, but here it just feels like there's not enough going on. Item detected within. Oh wow, just a sec. Yeah, I agree. But like you don't really spend a lot of time in the desert though. If it wasn't for like the end game like emerald hunt thing, which you should be doing throughout. Like it's not that bad. You're just going from place to place. I don't know. I don't think it's that different from like No More Heroes or like several other games I can name. Hotter than Peach? What have I ever said? Hey, I'm not super into Peach. I don't know if anybody's into Peach. Like, Peach is like the weirdest fucking character because like she just comes off like she's like usually she like I don't know. It depends on the game, but like there's just something off about her. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't come off like a real person. Like there's a reason everybody like prefers Daisy and I prefer Rosalina, Pauline. Like Peach is just weird. Like with how she looks and acts sometimes. And like I'm not the only person who says this. It's We Happy Few. I never actually played that. I don't know. O Lemorn, gaze upward and behold the sacred tree, blessed by the temple of memory, a shrine that preserves and protects our memories and wisdom. And people like to make like conspiracies about Peach, like how she's secretly into Bowser, and it's just I don't know, man. Like she kind of reminds me of like those like trad e-girls who are just like obviously like posturing for view. Like it's just like there's no way she's actually like this, you know? That's one of the reasons I like Showtime and like the movie so much is that like she came off like more like an actual person on that. But yeah, like in standard games, it's just like I don't know. Like there's a reason she's always been kind of a polarizing character. Yeah, 37% scanned. Wow. Yeah, just by going out here and like just scanning random things. So why did DSP rage quit this? Was it really just because like he wasn't getting enough money? Like that's what I was told that he just rage quit it. A Wah Peach. I mean, they did. Like she's called. It's Captain Syrup. Like Captain Syrup exists. Like she's basically Wario's Peach. Like it always confuses me that people talk about this, but it's just like, yeah. Yeah, I wonder how long it's gonna take for Captain Syrup to appear in like Mario Kart. Like we need like a more bad girl in it, honestly. Like that'd be a nice change of pace from like the endless princesses and like princess variants. Yeah, I'm a big Syrup fan. I wish she was in more games. And she's still only in 2 in the Shake It. And like she really does come off like she could have been like a huge hit. It's just they even reused like the Samus twist for her. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like 100%ing this. I guess what we'll do is that we'll probably just like go through it casually, scan as much as we can, and then like get back into like do another playthrough and try to 100% it. Yeah, I love how people try to accuse this game of being like a hallway, a corridor game, and it's just like, did you not play the original Metroid Prime? If anything, this is more open than the original Metroid Prime. It's weird how people keep pushing these narratives. Yeah, I agree. Like all the complaints I've seen about this game just kind of fall flat. Like I've never seen a good, valid criticism, and we're at the point now where like other people are noticing. Oh, here we go. Okay, there are scout bots in each area. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there are scout bots in each area. Okay, so this is how you find them. Okay. You have to get 100% scans or 100% item collection or both. What are the exact requirements for the true ending? It's weird that they focus so much on Silex in the ending. Like in general, I find it kind of odd that they made Silex the antagonist of this. Yeah, I agree. Like the complaints about the desert are valid, but like it's such a small percentage of the game that like it's really a non-issue. Like it's a valid complaint, but like it's so easily ignored that it's just not that big of a deal. Is Craig the one? You can't carry over your items on the New Game Plus, can you? Yeah, what do you carry over in the New Game Plus? Does anyone know? Yeah, it's crazy that this game exists and I played it. Um, yeah, the soundtrack to this game is I think it's gonna go down as like one of the best soundtracks of the year, personally. Like it's so good. I don't know. I feel like this game definitely isn't as good as like the original Prime, but like I still really, really like it for what it is. Yeah, I'm very curious what the next one's gonna be like. They should immediately make Prime 5. Yeah, I hope they've already started, truth be told. Yeah, but it's gonna be a couple of years before they make it. And I wonder if I'll even live to see it. It's very possible I might die in the next couple of years. I don't know. I gotta get used to that like I might not live to see the next Nintendo game I'm looking forward to because of my age. I don't know. That really sucks. I mean, I've been really happy with the games I have played, and it does kind of feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions anyway. Like these days, I want to just like honestly, like I've been thinking a lot lately about stopping gaming entirely and just focusing on like writing. But I don't know. I'm doing so much anyway. It's just I don't know. I just wish I could do this forever. I do, but I don't know. Yeah, I had to accept it, I suppose. Yeah, after they announced it, it was definitely going to come out in some form, but like, I do think the end result was very rushed. Yeah, like I was against this game even getting announced because it did feel like they were just kind of doing it for good PR, really. Because like it's interesting that this game, the peak of this game's relevancy was like right when it was announced, like, oh, we're getting Metroid Prime 4. It was just a way to like to keep fanboys from bitching about Metroid for like 5 years or so. Like it's crazy to me that we got like Samus Returns and this before Samus Returns and Dread before this came out, and both of those were way better than this. Like I'm a big fan of Samus Returns, by the way. If you didn't know. Yeah, I think I am done with the game. Yeah, I feel like all the backlash for this game is not going to survive like the next year or so. But at the same time, like I don't know, it's weird just how much like certain people were to act outraged about this game. I don't know. I'm sick of these terminally online like weirdos who just seethe about everything. It's just I feel like the lore is too well hidden because I have been I'm the sort of person who does actively seek out lore in these games, and yet like I still have no idea what actually happened on the planet or like what's going on. I'll probably just end up looking it up like after the stream. Like what we have seen is interesting, but it's like it's all hidden behind just weird lore tidbits and the like. What the hell's that? Yeah, 39%. Yeah. So you do have to scan everything. It's just I don't know. Like Prime 1 did this better where it had like important scans and then like, just flavor text. I think that made more sense. Scanning everything I think is unreasonable. you not even get into the Sacred Tree? It's so weird that it's so lore prevalent for this area, and yet you can't go there. Yeah, I definitely like this game, but like I'm not sure how I'm gonna approach 100% completion. Like personally, it just feels like I don't know. I don't really want to take the time to do it. I like the game, but like I've beaten it already, and it's just like I don't know. I've never actually 100% of one of these games actually. I've tried to do the original Metroid Prime, but it's just not something I've ever done. And I think for now we're done with it. I don't know. Maybe there'll be DLC for it later on down the line, but I doubt it. It's nice to play a new retro game in 2025. It's just been forever, and something that wasn't Donkey Kong related to. Like I'm a big fan of Donkey Kong, but retro always did need to like branch out more and do other things. So is the Pokemon DLC out yet, or is it tomorrow? Wait, why do I have only 3 Pokemon at party? Okay. Didn't they have a new? I thought they had a new mission. Hang on, wasn't it like Link Play Mystery Gift? Project M. No. They're acknowledging Project M and Pokemon of all things. Mewtwo, yeah. Yeah, Mewtwo. Okay. Okay. Heracross. Wait, can you not trigger it at day during at nighttime? What's the deal with this? Where? Yeah, is it not available yet? I downloaded it, right? So I'm very confused. Yeah, I don't see the mission. It's not on the list. Yeah, I don't see it. How do I trigger it? Like, maybe it's not available until tomorrow, and I just downloaded it now. Yeah, okay. I pretty much did everything in this game too. Okay, so we're done with that. Um, all right, what next? Yeah, I wanted to do the Greatest Attorney, didn't I? I don't know. Maybe we should just stick with Air Riders because I gotta get the last character. That's my thing is that I want to get the final character in this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put on an audiobook and just try to chill out while I do this. I should try to find a public domain Sherlock Holmes audiobook and then just like run it on the stream. I mean, I guess I could just do it myself, honestly. That might be fun to do is just do a Sherlock Holmes reading. I'm listening to A Study in Scarlet now. Man, I can't believe the first Sherlock Holmes story ever involves the fucking Mormons. Like, isn't that like the most craziest shit you've ever heard? That like Sherlock Holmes versus Mormons. It just sounds so ridiculous, and yet like it's legit the first one. That is how the public was introduced to Sherlock Holmes.
Road trip.
I don't watch Death Battle. And we were talking about Death Battle earlier, and I'm just like, I don't watch Death Battle because it's cringe. Here we go. All right. Oh man, it's Evil Susie. What the hell is that? That dress looks sick. How do you get like different costumes?
3, 2, 1, start! Fighter! Fighter! Finish! 3, 2, 1, start! Fire!
Yeah, it feels like depending on your build, like the game could get really rough. What? Huh?